Okay, now we are going to learn the arpeggio, C major arpeggio in the C position chord. The roots, C notes, 15th in the A string, 13th on the B string. So, as we learned in the previous section, in the E position, the arpeggio is pretty much the same as the chord. It's the chord played one note at a time. And next we want to construct the arpeggio around the roots. And the lowest root, C note, is here on the 15th fret and on the A string. And one rule that we have learned is that the fifth of the chord is found just under sort of one string down, but the same fret as the root. Root, fifth. We might play the third also. It's on the 12th fret if we want. So fifth, G note, third, E note. Okay, so we have figured that already. Then the third, we know the rule. It's this kind of shape. So 14th in the D string, there's the note E, which is the third of the C major chord and arpeggio. Then we have the root here, B string and 13th fret, and our rule says that the fifth should be here, but it's not. And why? Yes, you know it already, because the B string is tuned differently. That's why it's over here. The fifth is over here. So now we have root, third and fifth over here, and then root again. Okay, and then the third, this shape, gives us the third E note, and on the same string we can play the fifth, 15th fret E string. There's the G note, and it's the fifth of the chord and arpeggio. Okay, now we have it all. Let's start it from the 15th fret with our pinky, with the finger number 4. I will be saying the finger numbers, and we could play this E note, but we don't. But basically it's part of the arpeggio. But let's start from the G note. It's the fifth, and next string we have 4, that's the root. Next string we have the 3, that's the third of the chord. Next string we have 1, that's the fifth of the chord or arpeggio. Then next string 2, there's the root, C note again. And finally we have 1, that's the third of the chord. And yes, let's take the fifth of the chord with our pinky on the 15th fret. So that's the whole arpeggio. Okay, and important things are that you know the roots first, and then with the rules it's super easy and fast to find the third or the fifth. If you're improvising, if you are creating music on the spot, you want to make some movements, you want to target the third or the fifth of the chord, it's easy. You know where it is. You want to go the third. You want to go the third but lower. You want to go into the high fifth or a little bit lower fifth. You want to go to the root. You know where to find them immediately, and that's a great skill. That's a great skill. Keep those in mind. Next we will be practicing this arpeggio so we can play it fluidly and fast enough so it's in our muscle memory. And I must say that this is one of my favorite shapes to play the major arpeggio. Somehow it sounds good and it's easy to play. So I recommend that you put some extra effort in practicing this one.